Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to Legacy of the Duelist. Sorry about no video this morning. I got sick last night and spent like almost 20 hours in bed trying to feel a little bit better, but I kind of still feel like a potato right now. But I really wanted to actually have a video for today, and so I picked something pretty simple that I've played in the past and I kind of know, which, as you can see on the screen, is Lightsworns. Lightsworns are pretty much like kind of like random Shaddolls. Like, Shaddolls are dark and they send specific ones to the graveyard to do stuff, while Lightsworns kind of just randomly mill their deck and hope to get the effects of themselves. They are also light. We have a lot of different options. I kind of, for now, went with a pure Lightsworn build, but I know there's a bunch of stuff that you can combine Lightsworns with. Plus, I saw that there's some new Lightsworn cards called Twilight Sworns, and they're like this. They're kind of like the same cards. Like, there's still Lumina, the Twilight Sworn, but I think she's a shaman, and they have different effects that are kind of similar, but they have to do with banishing from your graveyard or your hand instead of mostly to do with your graveyard like Lightsworns are. And those are all dark, so I didn't want to throw them in right now because I don't really understand what they do and I've never seen them before. But it is an option to visit those at some point. As far as our Lightsworn options go, we have one tribute monster, which is Celestia, and all of the Lightsworns, pretty much, not exactly all of them, but most of them, you send the top 4 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and when she's tribute summoned, you send those top 4 cards, and then you target up to 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy those. Felice, if she is sent to the graveyard from your deck, is it only from your deck? Yeah, from your deck, by a monster effect, so all of our monsters are going to randomly mill cards into our graveyard. If this is done by a monster effect, then she will be special summoned to the field, and she's one of our tuners. Lightsworns actually have quite a few tuners. They have Felice, which is a level 4, Raiden, which is a level 4, and Minerva, which is a level 3. So as you can see at the bottom, we have a whole bunch of synchro cards because this deck can fairly easily make a whole bunch of different things. We also have Garroth, which is just going to activate his effect whenever we start milling from a different Lightsworn. He'll send 2 cards, and for each Lightsworn we can draw 1 card that he sends. So essentially, this is why I have a whole bunch of Lightsworns and not much else in it, because if he sends Lightsworn stuff, then his effect is going to get more use out of it. If I was playing more of a mixed thing, I probably wouldn't even use him. Jane is just kind of like your normal beater. When she attacks, she gets 300 attack, so she gets up to 2100. And then at your end phase, she sends 2 of the top cards to your deck, or from your deck to the graveyard. Lumina, she's kind of like your summoner. Her name is even the summoner. But she summons things from your graveyard by discarding 1 card, and then you can target 1 level 4 or lower Lightsworn in your graveyard and special summon it. And then at the end phase, she mills 3. Lila, you can switch her from attack to defense position and destroy 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls. You can't change her battle position again until the end of your next turn. So you can only do that like once every 2 turns essentially. But she's also going to mill 3 cards. Mathematician I kind of have here because he's a monster that can send something to the graveyard. This deck can't use Armageddon Knight like Shaddolls because Armageddon Knight only sends darks, but Mathematician can send any level 4 or lower. So he can send Felice, he can also send Wolf over here, and both of those special summon when they're sent to the graveyard. Minerva, if she's milled, then you just mill another card. So she just kind of extends your mills while she's on the field. you mill the top 2 cards of your deck at the end phase, plus she's a tuner, and so she can help you get some of those more odd leveled monsters that you can see in our extra deck. Raiden, his effect, you can mill the top 2 cards, and if there was a Lightsworn in them, then you gain 200 attack, plus at the end phase you mill 2 more cards. Raikou is a flip effect monster, and both of these flip effects activate simultaneously. I guess it has to specify that. And when you flip him, you destroy 1 card on the field, and then you send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So this guy's only gonna send the cards once, and then if he stays on the field, he will not be sending any more cards unless you can flip him face down somehow, but our deck does not have any way to do that. We do have 2 Shadal Dragons, because we're milling a lot of random stuff out of our deck. So if he gets milled, then we can destroy 1 spell or trap on the field, and if he ends up in our hand, we can put him face down and he can return a card to the hand, much like we saw in Shadal's. Wolf, if he gets milled, special summoned. This card, it was either this card or Solar Recharge. One of these 2 used to be limited to 1, but I guess they're not anymore. But what you're gonna do with Charge of the Light Brigade is send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard and add 1 level 4 or lower Lightsworn from your deck to your hand. Solar Recharge, you're going to discard 1 Lightsworn and draw 2 cards, then send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So both of these are just really strong in Lightsworns in general, and I don't know why they would have unlimited it. I feel like you could make a lot of use of these if you just had a few Lightsworns in your deck and some other stuff, but oh well. I guess if they are available, I might as well use them. Dark Hole we've seen before, Foolish Burial we've seen before. Foolish Burial, if we're sending something, we want to send Wolf, because Felice needs to be sent by a monster effect, while Wolf can be sent by anything. We can also send Shadal Dragon to pop something. Or, if we want to summon Judgment Dragon, which his requirement for summoning is by having 4 or more Lightsworns with different names in your graveyard. And then when he's on the field, you can pay 1,000 life points, destroy every card on the field, and at the end of the turn, he mills 4 cards. So we can also use Foolish Burial to send a specific Lightsworn that we don't already have in the graveyard, and that will allow us to summon Judgment Dragon if we already have 3 and we just need 1 more. Or we can send Electromagnetic Turtle, which during your opponent's battle phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, end the battle phase, and you can only use 1 of these. You can only use 1 per duel? Excuse me? I actually didn't realize that. I thought it said once per turn. We might cut down on some Electromagnetic Turtles, but for now it doesn't really matter too much. I feel like this deck is good enough. As far as our extra deck goes, we have a whole bunch of cards we've seen before. Minerva the Exalted, level 4 XYZ. You can detach materials, send 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard, then draw cards equal to the number of Lightsworns. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, then you can destroy cards equal to the number of Lightsworns, so that's why we have a whole bunch of Lightsworns. Trishula is really good, but she's probably going to be impossible for this deck to summon, because pretty much you need 1 tuner and 2+ non-tuners, and she's level 9. So you need Minerva, and then I guess 2 Lumina, or a Lumina and a Mathematician, but she's just kind of there in case. We could also do Raikou and Celestia as the non-tuners. Very difficult to summon, but very good if we can, so there's 1 of them in here. Stardust Dragon, everyone knows Stardust. Mikhail, the Arch Lightsworn. You can spend 1,000 life points and banish 1 card on the field. And when this card is destroyed, you can target any number of Lightsworns in your graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, and you gain 300 life points for each return card. And then during your end phase, mill 3. So this guy, you can kind of just destroy him to stop yourself from milling yourself out, because Lightsworns go through their deck very quickly. Clearwing Synchro, level 7, just kind of negates level 5 or higher monsters. Celestial Wolf Lord, he's pretty high attack, And if he does die, then you can lower something's attack by 2,400 attack. So you can really help yourself get ahead in the duel. And if you don't know what's coming up, he's a good option to just kind of put on the field and sit there while your opponent does stuff, because you could still use his effect even if he's not destroyed by battle. As long as your opponent has a monster on the field, you can decrease its attack. Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. If this card is special summoned or a level 5 or higher monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, you can target one special summoned monster your opponent controls, return that card to the hand. You can only use that effect once. Very strong. Summon Black Rose, instantly put something back in the hand. Whenever your opponent tries to make a play, just put it back in the hand, stop them from doing what they want, and then just normal Black Rose Dragon, blow up the entire field, or make something's attack become 0 and try and win that turn. Actually didn't realize that Black Rose Dragon was fire. That's kind of interesting. I thought it would be like earth or something. Oh well, but that is our Lightsworn deck for now. It should work perfectly fine. I don't see anything wrong with it except all the extra electromagnetic turtles. But we're back into this next duel, the Edge of Elimination Part 2. Next up was Yusei versus Brio. Brio? The second member of Team Unicorn. Oh, that's it. Okay. Oh no, I didn't pick an avatar for this deck, so it's just Robot Man. Oh, come on, man. Really? So we probably want to go first with Lightsworn so we can get our milling started early. Obviously we're going second right here. 2 Judgment Dragons is kind of an interesting start. Kind of depends on what he does here. So we got a few options, but what I think I want to do is I want to make sure that he doesn't have any cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon Lila. And, oh, well. Well, that's annoying. Alright, guess we'll do nothing this turn then. Could he have done this if I summoned Raikou face down? Yes, yes he could have. How did you have 2 of these in your hand? Okay, so probably what we're gonna have to do now is summon Raiden. Because we know we're drawing Lila and he doesn't have any trap cards anymore. My intention was to blow up that trap card, but it just ended up being a trap card that activates immediately. So that didn't work out too well. We'll activate Raiden's effect. And we get to summon Felice. What is it? This card is sent from the deck to the graveyard. You contribute this card, target 1 monster, destroy it. Do we want to use Felice's effect or do we want to special summon something? We could summon Minerva. We should probably summon Minerva. The question is should we attack first and then summon Minerva? We'll do more damage if we just summon Minerva straight. Or we could Link summon as well. We might actually not want to exceed quite yet. Could wait till like next turn or something. Attack one of these dudes. It should summon the last one. And he gains 1,000 life points, which is annoying. Raiden makes us mill. I don't think Felice makes us mill. So we do have 1 electromagnetic turtle in our graveyard now. So if he does something unexpected, we can just end his battle phase. Are you gonna switch that card? Okay. So we should probably start off the turn. We only have 1 Lightsworn in our graveyard, essentially. We got a wolf though, so that's good. We still only have one Lightsworn though. What should we do this turn? I could have summoned Garroth probably first before using Raiden's effect. That may have been the better choice. As far as level 2 Link monsters go, we could do Underclock Taker. Because I would like to summon Minerva. What do I do here? Not exactly sure what the good move here is. I guess just summon Garroth. And we can Underclock Taker. Maybe we should wait till the end phase to do that. Or we could probably just beat him down. I don't see a good reason not to just kill him. He is gonna gain another 1,000 health from this. Well, that actually helps us probably. Can we summon Judgment Dragon now? Was that 2 more? No, I think that was only 1 more. We have Jane, Celestia, and Raiden, so we need 1 more. We'll probably just leave our field like this. There's another wolf as well. We'll just summon wolf. Oh, now we need to discard, huh? Probably, we don't need a wolf in our hand. Doesn't do anything for us, because he can't be normal summoned. Does Charge and Light Brigade do? We can get 1 Lightsworn. We also have Lumina, and we can summon Judgment Dragon. So, we should probably start off by Link summoning to make some room on our field. If we... I don't know which monster to summon. Maybe this guy? Get rid of both the wolves. Probably should have summoned Nightmare Phoenix. Might have been a better choice here. So if we summon Lumina, we can special summon another wolf or something of that sort. We should first activate Raiden's effect. We actually milled a Shaddoll Dragon, so we'll use that. Pop that card. Then Garroth will mill some more cards. We probably want to stop milling now because we're getting to the end of our deck. What level is Mikhail? He's level 7, right? Yeah. He is indeed level 7, but we can win this turn, so... no problem. So what we're gonna do is we're going to activate her effect. We will discard a Lila, that's fine. We'll summon another Raiden probably. So we have 2 tuners on the field. Can he use his effect? No, he cannot. Okay. And then we will summon Mikhail. We'll use our Raiden and our Lumina. I'm pretty sure Mikhail can banish face downs. Yeah. So we'll banish that card. He has a Fabled deck. And then we'll just summon 2 Judgment Dragons and just absolutely obliterate him. Because Judgment Dragon's effect can be used more than once per turn, except for the destruction of... Wait, can he? You could use the destruction effect as many times per turn as you want as well, but it does cost 1,000 life points every time. And that was a pretty simple duel. I see kind of why maybe pure Lightsworns isn't that great, because we milled almost our entire deck very quickly. Yusei triumphed over Bryu, so he had one final duelist left to bring Team 5Ds to the victory. All of these lines are very short. The Edge of Elimination Part 3. Yusei now face Team Unicorn's crafty captain, Jean. Congrats on lasting this long, but now your time's up. The time has come for Team Unicorn to lower its horn, charge in, and finish you and Team 5Ds off once and for all. Something like Dark World Dealings that it was just showing might be good for Lightsworns as well. Because you get to draw a card, discard a card. Alrighty, so we'll probably start off... Is this... This is only by the effect of a Lightsworn monster, okay. So let's start off with this. And then maybe grab Lumina. We got a Garroth and a Judgment Dragon. So we can definitely Lumina and special summon a Garroth. And that's probably what we'll do for now. Won't get rid of this Garroth because we don't need him. Important to note though, I just realized you can summon the cards you discard. As long as you have a target beforehand, then you can apparently summon the target you discard. So I could have discarded Raiden and Synchro Summon this turn. And then she'll mill, and then Garroth will also mill. We've already milled 2 of our Judgment Dragons. That seems unfair. We get a wolf as well. So you can see how this is kind of just like all random, but you end up with a really dumb field, which is why we just stack a whole bunch of those random cards. So what do we actually have? We have 2 Judgment Dragons and 2 different Lightsworns. So if we were gonna summon a Judgment Dragon, we would need 2 more Lightsworns. So we should probably Link Summon first. So let's do that. We should Link Summon this because we already have a viable target for it. And I don't really want to have Electromagnetic Turtle in my hand to begin with. Oh no, that's bad. Definitely don't do that. So you can see I summoned Nightmare Phoenix, but it has no arrows that point down. So now we have a problem. Let's activate Lumina's effect, get rid of Shadal Dragon. Do we want Wolf or do we want Garroth or maybe Minerva? This is only when she's normal summoned and we need 8 different Lightsworns. I don't even remember if we have 8 different Lightsworns. I guess give me Garroth. Well, that's really bad, but we could probably link again and make it better. Because if we use Decode Talker, we can also Boral Sword. Probably just Decode Talker, get rid of this Nightmare Phoenix. Then get rid of Garroth. And do we still have our normal summon this turn? I can't remember if we normal summoned. We apparently did not. So we can summon Mikhail. And if we use Mikhail's effect, boop boop. We can banish his last backline. Wait. Oh, you can only do this once per turn. I guess we just summon Raiden now. We'll probably leave that slot open, even though we could get slightly more attack out of it. Don't want any of those. Hopefully Raiden can get over this monster. Which he could. So we'll get a whole bunch of damage. And then next turn we will probably win. Oh boy, another wolf. Did we just mill our last Judgment Dragon though? I think we did. It's pretty much anything that he summons now, we just blow it up with Mikhail. We'll use Lumina to blow up his backline. She can activate her effect right away. Destroy that. Oh, come on, man. So I can activate his effect, but I'd have to tribute a card that card points to, and I still need Mikhail, so guess you win today, sir. But we'll now use Mikhail's effect to open him up, and then we will just win the duel. Very simple. Gene, my team poured everything we had into getting into this tournament, but I let you rattle me. I don't know how you did it, but you really got under my skin. This is not Team Unicorn's defeat, you say. This is my defeat. I won't let you take all the blame, but it's true, I lost. I got stupid and careless and threw away all of our efforts. What are you talking about? You were amazing out there, Gene. I've never been prouder to be your teammate. You're always so cold and calculating, Gene, but this time you were passionate. It was great. I can't imagine anyone dueling someone with your energy and skills and not feeling the same way, you say. Thanks, Bryu. We should be thanking you. This duel may have changed how Team Unicorn does things, and for the better. Well, that's probably gonna do it for this one. It's gonna be a little shorter because I might just go lay down for a while still. I still need to make a video for tomorrow at some point, so hopefully that gets done. But either way, hopefully you like the Lightsworn deck. I don't have anything else ready for the next one, so it'll either be Lightsworn again, or it'll be Story, it'll be something else that we've used before. Maybe go back to For Hires for an episode, because that was pretty fun. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time.